Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. It was supposed to be just another quiet afternoon in the industry. But when the news broke that Yu Menglong had passed away, the world of Chinese entertainment stopped breathing for a moment. And then, when actress Bailu appeared at the funeral, standing silently beside Joseph Zeng, fans realized this wasn't just about loss. It was about love, loyalty, and a bond that even death couldn't silence. When the cameras first caught Bailu walking toward the funeral hall, she looked unrecognizable, not because of her outfit, but because of the raw, fragile pain written all over her face. This was the same Bailu who once lit up screens with her radiant smile, the actress who built her career on strength and elegance. But that day, she was just a woman, mourning a man who had once been part of her story, Yu Menglong. Fans remember the early years, when Yu Menglong and Bailu's paths first crossed in the drama circuit. Their friendship wasn't just a publicity connection, it was genuine. They laughed on set, supported each other through career lows, and defended one another from online criticism. Behind the glamour, their bond was quietly steady. And then came Joseph Zeng, Bailu's on-screen partner in several projects, and a rumored love interest off-screen. Together, they created that unforgettable chemistry that fans still talk about today, that invisible spark between two souls who understood each other without words. But what no one expected was how all three, Bailu, Joseph Zeng, and Yu Menglong, shared a deep friendship that blurred the line between co-stars and family. They weren't rivals. They were comrades in a world where sincerity was rare. So when Yu Menglong's sudden passing was announced, the news felt personal, not only to his fans but to everyone who had ever loved or worked with him. The online world exploded in grief. Hashtags like "Rest in Peace Yu Menglong" and "Stay Strong Bailu" trend across Weibo and Twitter. But what truly broke hearts was a single photo: Bailu, her eyes swollen from tears, standing beside Joseph Zeng as they bowed before the memorial. Their silence said everything. The scene felt like a film, except it wasn't scripted. The trembling of her hands, the way Joseph Zeng placed his arm behind her, a quiet gesture of strength. The white flowers trembling in her grasp. It was more than mourning, it was a final conversation between souls, spoken through grief. And yet, what followed next deepened the emotional storm even further. Inside the private ceremony, witnesses said Bailu barely spoke. She simply stood beside Yu Menglong's portrait, whispering something only she could hear. Some fans believe she was reciting a line from their last drama together, a scene where her character said, "Even if we lose the light, I'll remember the warmth." Joseph Zeng, usually so composed, broke down too. For the first time, fans saw him not as the confident leading man, but as a friend lost in helpless sorrow. What made this moment even more heartbreaking was the story behind it: how Yu Menglong had once helped Joseph Zeng during one of his toughest periods in the industry. When rumors spread against Joseph a few years ago, Yu Menglong defended him publicly, saying, "He's not what the headlines say. He's a good man." Now that same friend was gone. The tragedy didn't just unite fans, it reopened a conversation about how the entertainment industry often hides the emotional toll behind its glittering facade. Every smile on screen hides 100 unshed tears off screen. As Bailu and Joseph Zeng exited the memorial, hand in hand, netizens noticed a small bracelet on Bailu's wrist, one that fans recognized instantly. It was a friendship bracelet she once wore in an old behind-the-scenes clip with Yu Menglong. That single detail sent the fandom into tears again. Posts flooded social media. She still wears it, after all these years. This isn't just friendship, it's devotion. You can tell she hasn't moved on. None of them have. Even international fans, who followed their careers from afar, felt the wave of collective mourning. Fan pages on TikTok and Instagram began posting tribute edits, soft piano music, black and white photos, and captions like "Gone but never forgotten." The internet, often chaotic and cruel, suddenly became a place of empathy. And in the middle of it all, Bailu disappeared from public sight. For almost 2 weeks, there were no posts, no brand updates, no new appearances. Fans worried. Rumors spread, was she taking a break, was she okay, until one late night, Joseph Zeng uploaded a short message on his Weibo. It said simply, "Some people teach us how to live. Some teach us how to say goodbye." He didn't name anyone. He didn't need to. Everyone knew who he meant. When Bailu finally reappeared, it wasn't through a glamorous photo shoot or a TV appearance. It was through a handwritten letter posted by her studio, a letter that felt less like a statement and more like a poem. He was like the spring light, gentle, warm, and short-lived. "I learned that grief doesn't end, it just changes shape." It was a simple message, but every line carried the weight of someone learning to breathe again after heartbreak. And perhaps what made it even more powerful was her decision to donate part of her earnings from her latest project to a mental health foundation in Yu Menglong's name. Fans called it the promise she kept. Meanwhile, Joseph Zeng's agency quietly confirmed that he had postponed his new drama filming, citing personal reasons. Insiders said he wanted to spend time in reflection and support Bailu during her hiatus. For fans who had always shipped them, this bittersweet solidarity between Bailu and Joseph Zeng felt like a love story written not in passion, but in loyalty. Every time a camera caught them together, fans whispered, "Yu Menglong would be, he wanted this." Because sometimes, love doesn't end when someone leaves. It simply finds a new way to exist, in kindness, in remembrance, in every small act of grace. And that is what Bailu and Joseph Zeng showed the world. Their story became more than a celebrity headline. It became a mirror reflecting how fragile and how beautiful human connection can be. The entertainment world often feels cold, a place where emotions are packaged, staged, and sold. But moments like these remind us that behind the cameras, behind the fan wars and scandals, there are people who bleed, love, and lose just like us.